Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Clash of Clans strategy video. Today, we're going to be looking at some really awesome Town Hall 9 hits that you should be using in your next war. These hits were taken from a really awesome Town Hall 9 war that we're going to be looking at as well. This war was put on by a Town Hall 9 Discord community server, which is a whole bunch of awesome people, ran and organized by my good friend, and she's also a streamer on Twitch. Her name is AEO. I'm going to link her and the Town Hall 9 Discord community server and everything in the description of this video, right there down below. I can see my arm. You know, I have to, that's another thing I wanted to mention. So this is the first time that you're seeing me on stream in the videos. Now, I have been on, in the videos before. I've been on Echo's Springtrap along with Judo and Goon. That was a really awesome time. I was also in Echo's 100K video. I'm not sure if anybody noticed that. But really, this is the first time that you're seeing me on stream or in the video right here. And I know I'm rough around the edges. I know, first of all, I do not look this white. I'm almost ghostly here. Do you see this? Right? I kind of look like a ghost. I promise you, I have a pretty nice tan. I just need to work with my lights. I said a few more. I've ordered some. I'm kind of playing around trying to make sure that I get this set. So I'm still, work in progress. Speaking about ghosts, you want to see something cool? Check it out. That's right. It's a polling spectator. It's a... It's a ghost bottle. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. Little things amuse me. So let's get started. All right. So this war was a really awesome war. It was, of course, Town Hall 9s only. There were also no witches or bowlers allowed. So it really brought a lot of like the out of the box type of thinking. There were a whole bunch of different attacks in this war, and of course, your good old Captain Nemo was in this one himself. That's right. I was in the war, and we're gonna take a look at some of my own attacks. Once we get started, we're gonna look at a lot of different attacks. There were so many awesome ones. So let me stop talking. Let's get started. All right, here we go. Position myself a little better. That way you can see the screen. All right, so I was on the Perhaps team, and there was a Bro team as well, right? So you can see it was a pretty insane war. There were so many different awesome hits, and they came pretty close. And your good old Captain Nemo was in this one. I had a triple. We're gonna start with that because I'm a G. Let's take a look. It was actually pretty cool. I took out Dragon over here. So let's get started. Now, what did I use in this attack? Good old Captain Nemo decided to use like a Go Vaho. I went like old school. I don't know if you guys remember I used to love running Archer Queen walks for Town Hall 9. Archer Queen walks before like the witches were super popular and unstoppable. Back in the day when you had to run a whole bunch of different attacks, well, I ran the Go Vaho, I suppose. Basically golems, valks, and then hogs. And then if you can do it with a queen walk or a queen charge, it becomes a really strong attack. So this is what I'm doing here. Now, if you take a look at this base right here, he has a queen in the middle. He's got the clan castle right over here as well. So those two things are accessible, and they're accessible because this is like almost like an island type of base, right? Look at the base. So he's got an opening. There's a whole bunch of different openings, right? And I thought to myself, okay, so if I take my queen and walk her right into here, Walk her in. I could take the queen. I could take out the clan castle. I could take out a couple of different maybe a couple of different air defenses and make sure that my healers stay alive. Then another thing I noticed too, look at the X-bows. There's one right here and there's one right over here. I thought, okay, this is perfect mount point, so to speak, for my golem. And that's what you can do. If you take that X-bow right over there and you send a golem down that way, right, he's gonna go in. You can send wizards behind him. You can use a jump right over here in between this right here between this good old what is that, a gold storage? That's right, a gold storage, that's right. So if you take a look and jump right near somewhere there's gold storage, you have access to all of these compartments. Your troops will keep walking, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right here. Nice and easy. Start the queen walk. Make sure that I funnel, right? So right over here, I'm going to use a dragon, a baby dragon or two. So one baby dragon right over here. That will definitely do the job. So let's get started and take a look and see how I roll with this one. Baby drag, as you can see, right over there. To get started, there's my queen walking around. So again, that's what I'm doing. If you notice, I'm right over here. I'm taking a look at this. I have my baby dragon right over here. I'm ensuring that she is walking into the base. I want to make sure that she goes right in, right? So and again, because I want to send my golem in, and I want to pull the CC, right? Because that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you pull the clan castle and take out the queen. So those two hogs right there, notice I hooked them into the wizard tower, but I did that after the that's pretty good. So yeah, 2 poisons to take out the queen and the clan castle. A rage behind to make sure that my queen stays alive. And there goes the golem. Golem and a baby dragon up top. Again, I'm trying to make sure that I ensure that the funnel goes into the base, right? So the jump goes in, wizards behind, and I start my king with the Valks. Again, that's what I'm doing. Notice I'm hooking them in, making sure that they jump and go into the base. I'm going to rage them when they get in. And I'm going to use a heal somewhere in the center as well, because there's probably giant bombs and a bunch of other stuff over there. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Notice my queen, she's still walking. I have some Valks on the outside and the inside. The X-bow is locked onto the golem, and that's what you want. Golem and that front army, that's what you want. Although unfortunately some of my Valks got in front and ended up getting smoked by that X-bow. But otherwise I'm doing pretty well. I have some hogs, my king is still alive, my queen is walking, I have some Valks in the middle. This base is done. Good work, the good old Captain Nemo. I got this one in the back. Yeah, so done pretty well. So that's what you can do. You know, when you're running Valks, you just got to make sure that you get them in. You got to make sure that you have some reinforcements. You got to want to have basically hogs in somewhere there, so they can kind of get in. If your Valks are on the outside of the base, you know, you can kind of surgically send the hogs in and make sure that, you know, you take out those defenses that the Valks can't reach. And then you can have your queen, just like I did, walk around on the outside or the inside. That's massive value for you. As long as the healers are behind her, she's gonna keep walking. It's pretty crazy. I know. Just like this crazy ghost bottle. What is that? What is this? Well, it's Captain Juice. It's Poland Spring. No, I can't even. I ran out of G Fuel. Speaking about G Fuel, do you like G Fuel? I use the G Fuel all the time. Make sure that if you do, I use code ECHO every time I get my G Fuel, and you should do the same. Do you know who Echo is? You have to know who Echo is. Let me not get into that. Echo is, I'm gonna link him up top too, because he's the man. So next we're gonna take a look at my friend Taxi. Although I don't really know him, but he is my friend because this is an awesome attack. We're gonna take a look at him running a pretty sweet attack that I haven't seen in a while. So this, look at this. Now this is pretty standard, sort of, right? So he's running a queen walk, he's running some P.E.K.K.A.s, he's running a couple of hogs, he's running a dragon over there, a couple of wizards, you know, standard type of stuff. But then he's running 8 earthquake spells. Nothing else. So he's 2 poisons for the CC, obviously, and then 8 earthquake spells. He's going to rip this base apart, walk in, and just own it. Now in the clan castle, he's got a golem running, so let's get started. Let's take a look and see what he does. First and foremost, as any attack, right, you're running a baby dragon to funnel the archer queen walk. Why do you always run an archer queen walk? You don't always have to run an archer queen walk. You can, if you want, run a different attack, but the archer queen walk gives you a lot of value. If you can start her, and as you can see over here, he can walk her right into this air defense, right? So what is he doing? He's making sure that the healers stay alive. That's what you want to do. If your healers can stay alive and you can make sure that your queen stays alive, she's gonna keep walking. She's gonna take out all of the things that you want her to, maybe a clan castle, you know, maybe another enemy queen, whatever else, and just keep walking. You might have to rage her once in a while, but all other than that, she's good to go. And that's what he's doing. He's making sure that she goes into the base right over here. He's going to take out that air defense. He's got P.E.K.K.A.s already started because he's running a funnel, right? That's what he's trying to do. He's funneling his troops into the center because he's going to rip it apart with a whole bunch of earthquake spells. 4 are in. His P.E.K.K.A.s are walking around. Right, 1 P.E.K.K.A. around, 1 goes in. He's got a golem in the center and then a whole bunch of wizards and the queen walk behind. Now he's saving 5 hogs and the dragon. Let me actually zoom out of this bad boy, show you. So he's running the rest of the earthquake spells to open up the rest of the base. He's got a dragon started on the corner over here. He's got a couple of loons and he's got 5 hogs still in the back. Yeah, the base is pretty much torn apart. If you notice, he's got the king right in the center. He's got the golem still going. He's got a couple of hogs right over here that's going to take care of the defenses the rest of his offenses cannot get to. Right? Notice those. Look at it right here. Those little golemites are tanking for the hogs, the wizard right over here, and basically taking out the last defense, right? You have a dragon on this corner right over here, and then the queen's still going. The healers are behind. This base is pretty much ripped apart. Very nice job, Taxi. I really like this out of the box thinking. Really pretty cool with the 8 earthquakes, opening it up and basically letting the P.E.K.K.A.s and the golem do the tanking with everything else sort of being behind and taking apart, you know, this base. Really nice job. Very well done. Let's watch him wrap this up. I really like a lot of the attacks at the Town Hall 9 levels. They're really pretty cool, especially in these types of wars. I really enjoy when someone kind of funnels you and says, hey, you know what? You can't use witches or bowlers, right? Everybody uses witches or bowlers at Town Hall 9 because they're so OP. You can run easy witch attacks and get 90+% hit rates on anybody who knows what they're doing, even remotely. So when you take that apart, you get a lot of Laloon attacks and a lot of out-of-the-box thinking, like the next attack. So let's take a look. Next up, we're gonna take a look at another out-of-the-box, really awesome attack that I want to show you that you could be running in your war and looking really cool when you're doing it. Let's see, this is FP Expert right here, right? That's right, going on a friend of mine, this guy right here, number 7. He is the owner of the Clash of News Discord server. If you haven't heard of it, I'll link it in the description of this video as well. Make sure to go check them out. They're pretty cool. I am in the server. You should be as well. There's a lot of different international Clash news and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's pretty cool. If you like Clash of Clans Discord servers, you should definitely go check them out. I'll link them in the description of this video as well. So let's take a look. What is he doing over here? He is running an attack with 31 minions. That's right. This is a queen walk as normal, right? You get the best value out of an attack if you're running a queen walk, but he's running it with just a few loons. That's 7 loons, a hound, and then there's 31 minions. Now I've seen once or twice somebody run like 50 minions and actually do pretty well with them, but it's not something that I see all the time. It's a pretty cool attack though, so let's take a look and see what he's doing over here. I really like this out of the box type of thinking. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna start the queen walk. He's got the loon in the front. That's what everybody likes to refer to as the coconut loon, right? That is sent to make sure that the healers stay alive, because that loon is gonna pull any kind of bombs or mines and etc. What is the key that he has to do over here? He is going to want to take out the enemy clan castle because he's running an air attack. With any kind of air attack, you want to make sure that you take out the enemy clan castle and you want to take out the queen, right? Your loons are never going to survive if the queen's not out. So that's what he's doing over here. He's got a wizard behind the queen to soften up the king, because you're most likely going to have to use rages, especially when the Valks come out of the CC. If you have Valks coming out of the defending clan castle, you definitely want to make sure that you either use a rage or you're going to have to pop your queen, because she will die if that does not happen. So you want to make sure that you do pop your queen or rage her if you see, you know, obviously her facing the enemy queen or the Valks coming out of the CC, something like that. So what else is he doing? Now the queen, he took out the enemy queen, he took out the clan castle. She was walking semi-safely down to the south. From the north, he's starting his golem with a few wizards and the king. Why? Well, that's because it gives you an amazing value up there. He's taking out some air defenses, he's taking out a whole bunch he's taking out 2 wizard towers, a whole bunch of other defenses. He's going for the X-bow. I mean, really good stuff. Not only that, if you notice, he's actually even using a heal on that golem and the king. Now, when do you see somebody use a heal in an air attack? Well, right here. That's right. Because why? It gives you a good value. It gives you good value to make sure you keep that golem alive with the king. So once that happens, he basically narrows the base out, creates a runway, sends in his hound with the loons behind, destroys the rest of the base. The 31 minions are behind for basically cleanup. I mean, there are some there and here, you know, to make sure that he doesn't run out of time, but there's an army behind the hound and the loons, and I mean the rest of the base is just being kind of torn apart. That's what happens when you create a good value for your queen, for your entry, and then for your kill squad behind to take out the base, and there's almost nothing left for the 7 balloons, the hound, and the 31 minions that he stands behind. A really nice job, some really out of the box thinking. Bravo, I love this attack. Next up, we're gonna take a look at another really awesome out of the box attack. Well, like I've been showing you, you sort of noticed that there's a trend in this. There's a lot of out of the box attacks that are pretty awesome at Town Hall 9 that you don't normally see all the time. I wonder why. Let's check it out. Next one, we're gonna take a look at BJ, and BJ brings earthquake spells. Normally that's what you see, right? You see 4 earthquake spells versus the 8 that we saw in the other attack. But so he brings a bunch of earthquake spells. He brings a golem, he brings P.E.K.K.A.s, and he brings wizards. What is that called? Anyone? Go wipe? That's right. This is Go Wipe with earthquake spells. I love it. Let's take a look. So BJ, again, out of the box thinking, takes a look at this base. Now, if you notice, the queen's right there, kind of center, not really. Then you have a out of center clan castle. We have a couple of wizard towers that are kind of pretty center-ish, I guess. 2 that are kind of far, but basically the best way to come into this attack, if you notice, I would say would be coming in from the 12 to 3 o'clock direction. And that's exactly what BJ does over here. Let's take a look. He's going to use earthquake spells, 4 of them, to break through right over here through the entry in the center of the base, and then he's going to use these golems to tank the front. And he's going to use, you know, the P.E.K.K.A.s right there. Because what's good about P.E.K.K.A.s? P.E.K.K.A.s deal really good damage, but they're also pretty tanky. So what you want to do normally, because golems are kind of slow, they only go for defenses, they don't deal a lot of damage. So there's in some cases you'd want to use P.E.K.K.A.s for that as well. So what's he doing? He's using 2 golems to tank. He's using a whole bunch of wizards behind. He's got his heroes behind there. He's taking his P.E.K.K.A.s, and notice he's kind of sprinkling them through the base, right? He's using some on the corners to make sure that they walk down the corner, and then he's using most of them in the center of the base, right into his kill squad. So you got the golems in the front, the P.E.K.K.A.s are right behind, wizards and heroes, and using jumps and rages and heals. He's making sure that everything stays alive. He's also got a skeleton spell. That's pretty cool. I wonder what he's gonna do with that. Normally you use a skeleton spell to take out a queen, you know, like on the Skelly Donut, or even in other like La Luna attacks, you'd want to like basically take a skeleton spell and rage it right near the queen, and that takes her out. But in this case, just saving his Skellies. I wonder what he's gonna do with them. We're still going. Queen is still good. His king is still, he's still got the ability for the queen. Just pop the king. Most of the defenses are down. This is GG. I mean, we're good to go. And he's using the skeleton spell right here on the mortar. Why is he doing that? Very smart. He's doing that because it's pretty hard to get there. That mortar is just going to keep pounding on his troops. That's a good way, of course, to get in without having to get through the walls. And that's exactly what he does here. The rest of the base is pretty much destroyed. Yeah, a really nice job. I love go wipes. I mean, go wipe is actually one of the most popular strategies in Clash of Clans. Did you know that? To this day, did you know that most people, because most people are casual players in Clash of Clans, actually run go wipe? I run go wipe. There was a few events that we ran. I'm a leader of the Scrappy Kingdom family, and then we have a clan in there called Echo Elite. And that we do a whole bunch of different cool events, and one of the events that we ran was an old Go Wipe war that was covered by Echo actually himself. It's a pretty cool event. That's the last time I saw a whole bunch of Go Wipe attacks. But this, a really nice job of BJ. A+, man, really good. And last but not least, we're gonna take a look at one of my favorite strategies at Town Hall 9. Now I know it's very base dependent. What I'm talking about is the Perfect Storm. Have you heard of the Perfect Storm? You know what kind of attack? That is a really awesome. It's a beautiful attack. It obviously is super base dependent, right? You have to have the 2 air defenses that are close to each other, so you can use the three lightning spells plus an earthquake to take them out. Actually, you don't even need an earthquake nowadays because the lightning spells have been buffed. Anyway, so next attack, that's what we're gonna take a look at. We're gonna take a look at the Perfect Storm, and this is exactly what I mean. Take a look. So in this attack, and normally what do you do in a Perfect Storm attack? In a Perfect Storm attack, you want to take out 2 air defenses with 3 lightnings and an earthquake if needed. So notice they have to be close to each other, semi-close in this case right here. 2 air defenses, they're pretty close. What is he gonna do? He's gonna take him out, and then afterwards he's gonna use his heroes to basically funnel out the other side of the base to basically make sure that he runways whatever he's gonna run with it. So in other words, what you want to do is you want to take out your heroes, and in this case go after the air defenses, right? That's free cake right there. Take the air defenses out right over here or right next to the heroes. Maybe take out the queen, maybe take out the clan castle, who knows. But also what you're doing is you'll be funneling in your dragons. You're going to send your dragons in, and then afterwards you're going to use your hound with the loons to finish the rest of the base. Perfect Storm is a beautiful attack. Let's take a look and see what he does right here. Sir Quack-a-Lot is going to go up against the Ratcher. So here he is. Notice, right, nice and easy. You want to make sure that you place those spells very carefully to make sure that you get maximum damage out of them. So he's doing that. He's using the earthquake. He's taking out the 2 air defenses. Now he's funneling. Why is he doing that? Well, free money, right? He's funneling, making sure that he gets the buildings ready. And now there is heroes coming from the north. He's going for that air defense. He's also taking out, look, he's got a wizard tower that he's taking down. That's free money right there as well. He's took out the queen. His dragons are coming straight into the base right there from the south, and his heroes are going from the north. He pops his queen. He takes out the air defense, the clan castle. His yeah, I mean, everything is still kind of moving through the base. He's got 5 loons left. The clan castle is just a golem. He doesn't care about that. So 5 loons and a hound run wade straight into the base, right into the wizard tower and the remaining expo, and then into, of course, the last air defense. That's all that's left in the base, really. A couple of little wizard tower. Well, actually no, 1 wizard tower. He's got 1 Tesla, and he's got basically an archer tower left. This base is completely destroyed. So what did he do? He took advantage of the fact that he could get an air defense and the queen with his heroes. He also took advantage of the fact that there are 2 air defenses that are close together, so he took the 3 lightning spells along with the earthquake and took out those 2 air defenses. So that's 3 air defenses right off the top before he, sends his dragons or loons or hound into the base. That is fantastic value. He's also got the queen. He also got the clan castle if he needed it. He got a few other troops, like he got a wizard tower with his queen and a few things like that. Maybe some more buildings, but that's a fantastic value. I mean, that's how you do it. And then he basically runwayed. That's what you want to do, right? You want to runway your dragons so they stay like all together, because if they stay together in a funnel, right, you could keep them nice and close, and then you can rage them as they move along, you know, their path. And that's what he's doing here. Then he's gonna use his loons. He's gonna put a hound in front of the loons. Sorry, I hit the mic. I hope that didn't sound too bad. So you know, hound in front of the loons to tank, of course, and this base is done. Really nice job, Sir Quack-a-Lot. Very well done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to wrap up this video. I sincerely hope you learned something today. I hope you also enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps my videos. I hope that you enjoyed finally seeing me in person. This is going to be a regular occurrence. You're going to see me on screen now and in a few other places. I'm actually going to be doing some live streaming soon as well. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff planned. I got this already, almost, right? I mean, you can see that the picture is okay. There's a few things that I need to adjust. I'm gonna get a couple of more lights. They're on the way. They're actually coming here soon. I'm gonna adjust and make sure that I get like a nice picture so you can actually see the color of me. I'm not a ghost, you know, nice color. In fact, I'm going to the beach soon, maybe, who knows? Anyway, so because of all of that, I'm gonna be adjusting and kind of getting this better and better and better. But from now on, you're gonna be seeing me on screen, the good old Captain Nemo. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, make sure to smash that like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and folks, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.